Wait, I forget. Do we have to say 30 Flirty Play? I never remember.
I don't know. Yeah.
Okay.
Welcome back to another episode. Like, is that what we're doing? I don't know. Pat, chime in here.
I always treat like it's so weird to just start. Is there like Pat, can you do like a thing?
I'll do it. Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay. Welcome back to the
Malia, where on earth are you right now?
So I've been bouncing around, but I'm currently in France. But I've just traveled. I spent the holidays in Oregon, and then I flew to the UK. Spent a week there in a little cottage out in the woods, and then now I'm back to work in France.
Ooh,
Yeah.
back to work. So yes, so as Malia said, our boat is currently based in France right now. I will actually be joining Malia in another week or so. Yeah, the holiday has gone very fast. I know I'm excited to see everyone, but
doesn't the holiday go so fast when you're like?
It's been crazy. Like it feels like a charter season, like our charter season goes so fast. And now, myself and Malia have had 2 months off. And it's already time to go back to work. So I mean, back to reality.
I think for us too, I don't know if you feel the same, but I feel like before we had rotation, every time we spent our time off, it was like you felt like you had to go see everyone. There was like a list. It was like, you got to go see mom. You got to go see the family. You got to go see the nieces, the nephews. Plus,
there's a wedding here. There's a wedding over here. Someone just had a baby. Like,
oh, well, I don't go to those, but people are like, I've had a baby. I'm like, cool.
You're like, how's that going for you?
No, I'm kidding. Not really. But or like you're like, we're back in civilization. I need to make like a doctor's appointment and a dentist appointment. And
yeah, that is normally a thing. It's so funny. Like, even though I'm 31 years old, when I do fly back to New Zealand, I still get my mother to do all that stuff for me. I'm like, Mom, I'm coming back. I've got 5 weeks. Like, I need to do this, dentist, blah, 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 blah. And she'll book everything for me. Like, I'm like incompatible, which sometimes is true. But no, I am an adult and normally I can do these things for myself. But thanks, Mom. Shout out to Mom.
Yeah, seriously. My mom does, like, my mom still collects like my mail, like
our mom's the best. They do everything. I can just call and I'm like, Mom, I need this shit. Do you want me to do that? I'm like,
yes. And every time I get home, my mom's like, okay, you just relax. Let me cook you your favorite food. I'm like, okay.
I need my mom now. I came to Mexico instead of going to New Zealand. Now I need her.
I know. Tulum's like your new home. Tulum
is my new home. Yes. So yeah, I'm definitely looking at investing down here. I've been looking at some properties and stuff. So
I like the place. It looks cute behind you.
Yeah. So this actually isn't my place. So this is my social media manager's place. So he's the company that I'm with, he owns the agency and he sort of bounces around as well, digital nomad life. So he's down here as well. And I've come to his place because has solid connection basically in Mexico. It's a thing. The internet is never reliable. So that's why I'm filming this here.
We're hitting on so many topics that we could be discussing, but we'll just say for a later date. Like internet, when we're like when people are trying to get a hold of us while we're yachting, and I'm like, I'm at Anchor, and like I don't really know where I am.
Understand. Yes. But anyway, today we wanted to discuss. I don't know if anyone's been following me at the moment, following my travels. Obviously, I'm in Tulum still, shock. And right now, it's what we call high season. So this is a really busy time in Tulum. There is a massive festival called Sumner. And people that are massive into EDM music and follow, all these EDM pages. So Sumner is like this big festival that travels around the world. But in Sumner, they've got different events. So they have like one called Upper Ground, and the most amazing one, which I went to recently, which was honestly one of the best nights of my life, called Afterlife. I'm sure everyone's seen the visuals on Instagram, you know, that upside down floating man. So that is all Afterlife production. So they're known for these insane visuals, and it really was just out of this world. Like the crowd was still partying until like 10 a.m. in the morning. They had like all the DJs in the booth just going back to back. Like it was like, yeah, shout out to Tales of Us, shout out to Adam Porter. Like I'm not a big EDM music person, but it was insane. And it's super interesting. So obviously started speaking to a lot of people that were there at the festival, and they kind of just came into town for the festival. So, you know, it sort of got me thinking about how people really travel around the world for festivals. Like,
it's not wild.
It's so crazy. Like I've done Coachella twice. And the thing is, like when I went to Coachella, it was the same thing. Like me and my friends are like, okay, we're going to go to Coachella. Okay, what date is Coachella? Okay, we're going to fly to LA here. We'll spend a week in LA. Then we'll go out to Palm Springs, spend the 5 days or whatever it is out in Palm Springs. And like, it's like a whole spectacle, and people plan these trips around the world, like traveling around the world just for music festivals. Like it is insane. And you know, like Burning Man's another like example. Tomorrowland.
I really want to go to Burning Man. I think that would be a lot of fun.
It's meant to be, it's a very spiritual festival as well, but it does look absolutely insane. It's kind of like a bucket list thing, I think, Burning Man. Like
I could see you going to Burning Man.
I think it might have to happen. Well, the problem is with me and Malia, we're always working when all these insane festivals are happening. So it's kind of like, you know, and like I didn't really plan on going to Afterlife or Sumner, but I'm obviously here in Tulum, and then like everyone's like, well, no, like you have to go. And I'm glad I did.
Honestly, like yachting, one of the things that I miss the most is music, like music festivals or just going to like a concert,
a live concert.
Yeah, because a lot of the times we're not in town long enough, or we can't plan our vacation around it. I mean, that's all changing now that we have a vacation, but yeah, I miss music, like festivals, summer season, like, you know, we're working summer season.
But it makes sense. Like the thing is, like for me, what I've realized, you meet so many like-minded people. It's like bringing all these different people from all around the world. It doesn't matter where you're from, like, because all these people want to see this one group of artists or this one DJ, and then you go, and then the crowd and the energy, and it's just like there's so much power in music, and it's just people are just following these people around the world, so they're just traveling around like, you know, I don't know, like addicted to it almost.
I think that's a cool, I mean, that's a cool hobby or like an interest to travel for, you know, like some people travel because they're like, I have to go see like the pyramids before I die.
Yeah.
But some people are like, I'd rather like rave.
I'd rather rave in every country of the world. I feel like that's where I'm leaning towards now.
I feel like you've been to Coachella twice. You must have traveled. I mean, or were you already in the States?
No, I traveled to, it was like a plan. Like I said, it was a fully planned trip. Like me and my girlfriends, like, okay, we're going to do this. And then when we did it again, is actually, that was my first Coachella my second Coachella I ever did was actually the first time I ever came to Tulum. So we planned like a whole trip around it. So we did Coachella, and then went back to LA, and then we came down to Cancun, and then went to Tulum, and then it's obviously all over from there. And that was like, you know, 5 or 6 years ago now. Like it was a long time ago.
Was it worth it?
Yes.
And can you tell us your craziest Coachella story, or can you not say that?
Hold on. I need to think. This is a long time
like
ago.
A PG. You can make it PG-13 if you need.
I mean, I think I was more shocked. I mean, I know New Zealand's a small country, right? This was my first Coachella. So this is 2014.
This is my first Coachella.
This is nearly like 10 years ago. And I was dancing up the front, whatever. And some guy came up to me and asked where I was from. And I said, oh, I'm from New Zealand. And he goes, oh, okay, that's near the UK, right? And then just at the time, I just didn't have the energy in my like body to like try and give this guy like a a lesson on the
Geography
fucking,
lesson. He was
it
clearly
wasn't.
American.
I was just, he was, sorry. I didn't want to say it, but the American said it, so now I can say it. He was American, and yes, and I just didn't have the energy in my body to tell him otherwise. So I was just like, yeah, by the UK, totally by the UK. And what else? You know what? Who really disappointed me when I saw her live? Lana Del Rey. But she's quite.
No, I love Lana Del Rey.
But the thing is, I think as well, like her music, it's quite mopey, And I think, if I remember correctly, she came on after ASAP Rocky, or like the ASAP crew, which is obviously all like hip hop and hyped up. And she came on stage. Yeah, it was just very, very
Lana Del Rey and
dramatic.
ASAP Rocky. It's such a.
I mean, she's probably dated him or something random, but anyway. But that was a shame. But you know what? Who was like one of the best? So we went and saw Pharrell. And obviously Coachella's known to bringing out like special guests or like, different celebrities. So when Pharrell was playing, he brought out Snoop Dogg and Gwen Stefani. And I was just like, oh my God, like this is
that would be worth it.
Shit. Yeah.
That right there would be worth it alone.
Yeah, so that was cool. But yeah, I don't know. I just think like, with this whole festival thing, like it's a lot of like-minded people. And I find like now, especially in Tulum, I'm meeting a lot of these people, and everyone, they're all the same. They all have the same like way of life, the freedom, and just like cruising here to see this, and they want to see this DJ or this band, or which I just find it really interesting. And then it got me thinking about all the massive festivals where it's like Tomorrowland. Yeah.
I really want to go when we're in Europe.
When is it? What our rotation for that?
We should figure it out.
Yeah.
I guess, okay, so I actually have traveled for a festival before. My really good friend Mandy and I were backpacking Asia, and we had just done like the whole thing, like Thailand, Cambodia, Laos, all the places, and we were in Vietnam, and we were like, yeah, Vietnam's awesome. We were obsessed with Kygo at the time, and we found out that Ultra Bali was happening the next weekend. And this is years ago now, probably like 2014. I don't know. But yeah, we booked tickets that night. We're like, yep, Vietnam, you're awesome, but we're flying to Bali.
Out. We gotta go. Duty is calling.
We had like all these cultural things we were gonna do, and we're like, and then we just flew to Ultra Bali, and it was epic. It was like this big swimming pool. Kygo played like right in front of us. It was just like the best time ever.
There's something about it though. And I think this is what I keep saying, the way it brings people together and like-minded people, like
also just being in a foreign country, like that was our first time in Bali. We were like, it's Bali, it's Kygo. Like,
it's so surreal as well,
things.
Isn't it? And like even Sumner's like in the middle of, it's in the cenote in a jungle. So like it's just fucking, the whole thing is just like, you kind of walk around, you're like, wow, this is insane. And how much effort it actually goes into like making this beautiful, making it look cool. Like there's so many like little details that are things that you would never think of that they think of.
Well, it's also like, I get another time a vacation I planned entirely around one event is I went and backpacked to Europe, and the start date I planned entirely around Oktoberfest.
Oh, how good is Oktoberfest though?
I was like, I have to go to Oktoberfest.
Guys,
if I'm going to be in
anyone
Germany.
traveling Europe, this is a must. Like,
you have to.
I don't think I had any expectation for Oktoberfest. It was the end of my first season in yachting, actually. And all the girls on the boat were like, okay, we're going to do it. So we flew to Munich, and like, you hear of Oktoberfest, and I did not know what to expect. It is the amount of effort. There's a theme park in there. I was like, what the fuck? There's like rides. I'm like, aren't people just going to vomit everywhere? Like there's food stalls everywhere. It was like so good.
That you have to wake up so early, stand in line. Everyone's like sleepy because they don't like serve alcohol right away. We didn't really know what to expect either. So we like get there, we get in line. Our friends got us like a good place, like the best tent, And then, like, there's that mad rush, but then you just sit at the tables until they, like, officially start it, and you're
And you
so
just
tired, and you're like, I was, like, putting my head on the table, and they're like, "If you fall asleep, you get kicked out," and I was like, "Well, then
they
give me a
literally, like,
beer."
wheelbarrow, like, put people in a wheelbarrow and, like, wheelbarrow them out if they're too wasted.
Yeah,
Like, it's so funny. I
but
also remember
100% you have to do it.
you
Like,
gotta do
everyone
it,
has to do it.
and it's the
The big
experience as
pretzels.
well. Like,
What
I
are the
remember
sorry, what are
we
the
went the what?
suits again? The
Lederhausen?
yes,
Lederhausen?
Lederhausen's.
Lederhausen? Yeah, so I
Yeah.
remember our first day when we got there, we went and brought these little outfits because obviously we didn't have anything. And we did we do 2 or 3 days at Oktoberfest? I don't remember. But obviously it's in October or end of September, October,
Yeah.
and in Germany at that time it is getting quite
Cold.
chilly. It is rainy. So you get rained on that night, and then you wake up in the morning and you have to pick up your wet Lederhausen
Yeah.
because you're not smart like we were, and we only had one. Then you have to put your wet Lederhausen back on that smells like
Oh,
beer and just alcohol, and it's wet, and you just put it back on and off you trot back to the festival.
but it's so fun. Like, that is a
So
festival.
much fun.
Yeah.
So much
Like,
fun.
if you're
And the
not into music
singing.
festivals, definitely go to Oktoberfest.
That's a bucket list thing that, like, I think everybody in their life has to do Beer Fest. Like, it's
Yeah.
just you
And if you're
can't
not
explain
into
it.
either of those drinking or music festivals, then I don't know. You need a different
Stay up.
podcast.
Yeah.
We're not your people.
I am not here for you.
Not a sober trip. I don't know. I actually don't think I've ever done a sober vacation.
I have.
Have you?
When I did my yoga teachers training, but also that's for
yes, of
another
course.
time. I've got some good
Of
stories
course.
about that. Traveling and like the spiritual side of it. But this is not the day for that.
Not
We're
mixed in with the
talking
music festival.
no, we're talking drinking, partying, having fun. But hey, a lot
Yeah.
of people like you don't have to have that to have fun. Like
No.
for
I
me,
mean, I've not drank on vacation, but I haven't planned it like a sober. I haven't planned like a sober vacation.
I'm going to go here and I'm going to say sober. I'm going to go to Sumner tonight. So actually tonight is Sumner again, and my
Are
favorite
you going tonight?
DJ, if anyone knows how much I love John Summit,
Oh my God.
he is playing tonight. I've actually DM'd him on Instagram and he replied to me.
He replied to you. No
Well,
way.
like a month ago.
I don't know. I'm surprised, but yeah.
He did a post. And what did he say? And it was promoting that him and Diplo were playing at Sumner. And
Diplo.
he said, who's going to be in Tulum? And I DM'd him back and saying, your future ex-wife, me. And he replied, he's like, when's our wedding? And I was like, oh my God.
So you guys chatting?
No, I replied back and then I never heard back from him.
What'd you reply back?
I
Tonight?
said at Sumner, duh. Like, maybe tonight he'll just surprise me and propose to me in the front of 10,000
Do you think he'll call you on stage?
Well, hopefully I'm going to be backstage, honey. So.
Oh, of course. Are you going to be? Are you going to meet him?
I want
to posted.
I mean, his set time is 6 a.m. So.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but I don't know. I've been
nap?
following him on Instagram, but he's with all these hot girls. Like, this is a thing in Tulum. The women here is so insane. Like, there's no chance. But you know what? I'll keep trying. I have no shame. I really don't give a fuck. Like, I'll DM again.
Hotness doesn't matter. You're a cool chick.
Yeah, I'm a vibe. John, I'm a fucking vibe. And I like tequila like you. I'm a tequila slut. We're tequila sluts.
Soulmates. You both like
soulmates. Yes. I just need him to realize this.
I'm sure he will. Just keep the DMs going. Well, maybe
I'm just gonna bombard him all night until hopefully I'm standing behind the DJ booth at 6 a.m. doing these ones.
Yeah.
Drinking tequila with him.
That's epic. So wait, is that your last festival? And then you fly to me, right?
Yeah. So tonight, last Sumner, but Black Coffee is also playing. But he's just playing down at one of the beach clubs. I mean, he's also playing at Sumner, but that's a different night. But I'm not committing to that because, yeah, I need to fly. I'm flying on Sunday. So
Might need a day of rest
Need to
before
get
you
back.
hit the ground running in the shipyard. I can
Need
tell you right
to
now, no bands are playing here.
I'm kind of happy about that. I said to my friend Katie the other day, I was like, I don't know if I remember how to work. Like,
It's kind of hard getting back into it. Like I got here and I was like, whoa. And I got sick. Everyone, when they got back into that yachting bubble, you get sick
sick.
because it's
Yeah.
like going back to kindergarten. You're like around
Just
all
so
these
many
like
people.
messy creatures that are always
And
sick.
also so
And
many contractors as well at the minute.
yeah. So it's just
Yeah.
like a little cesspool and we're all sick, but thankfully I'm over it.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, 'cause
I've
we
got
went
that to look
skiing.
forward to. So thanks, Amelia. I can't wait.
Well, I went skiing this weekend with the crew and I got like this stomach bug and was like, honestly, I was like skiing. This is really gross. Sorry guys, but I was like skiing and then I'd like just take a hard left, just puke, keep going. I was like, I can't afford to just like take the day off. I really want to ski. So
No, it did look fun though. Everyone looked
rally.
like they had a good time.
Yeah, it was fun. A little crew bonding.
Yeah. Okay, Malia, name 2 festivals that like you want to do in the next couple of years.
Okay, I really want to do Tomorrowland. And okay, I really want to do Africa Burn.
Okay.
I've heard Africa Burn is where
And
it's
you
at.
know what? Like I've been to South Africa and it is fucking amazing. Like
Yeah.
it's one
Yeah,
of
no,
my favorite.
I love South Africa is one of my favorite places I've ever been, but and I've heard that Africa Burn is like just epic.
Okay. I like it.
What are your top 2?
I want to say Tomorrowland. The only thing about Tomorrowland that I don't really like is it is very techy, and I think there's a lot of hard house vibes to it, like dark Berlin vibes, which is not something I like. But I think in terms
I've
of
raged in Berlin, and it was
I've also
wild.
raged in Berlin, and it was very dark.
I don't know if
Like,
I'll survive that again.
yeah,
So
no.
maybe I don't know, what's like a housey, tropical housey festival?
I don't know. I would love to go. There is one in Croatia called Outlook.
Okay.
I used to be a massive, massive drum and bass head. Like, I think most Kiwis and Brits, it's a very, Kiwi and Brit thing to be very big into drum and bass. So there's this massive drum, bass, and dubstep festival called Outlook. I actually got invited to go years ago by one of the DJs called Marla. Any dub head will know who he is.
I love how you're just dropping all these like, oh, I
was like 20 at the time, and he
DMs.
like invited me to go. This is before
Yeah, well, I also DM'd Kygo, but I never heard back. So kidding. I didn't.
You know what? Kygo's got that Palm Crew brand, right?
Yeah,
I really like that stuff. Palm Tree Crew.
Well, Kygo.
Hook it up.
Hopefully he's a fan of Below Deck.
Hopefully.
I mean, he hangs out on yachts enough. Maybe he is.
Yeah, he was just in St. Bart's, actually, I saw.
Yeah, I saw. I was like, which yacht is that? Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, Tomorrowland, I think you have to do. Burning Man, you definitely have to do. I would do Outlook. Ultra, I would do Ultra in Miami.
Ultra was amazing. I haven't been to Miami, but Ultra was amazing.
Yeah.
I got to see Skrillex, which I didn't think I would enjoy, and I absolutely loved him.
Really?
Such a good show. Yeah.
Also,
like, he was amazing.
I really need to see Rufus live.
I've seen Rufus, and it was the
Please don't tell me it was live at Red Rocks.
Yes, it was.
I knew it would be
one of the best shows.
Well, the amphitheater. I feel like if there's any place in the world to see a group like that, Red Rocks would be it because of the whole amphitheater vibe. Like it would just be so insane.
Red Rocks is definitely my favorite venue ever. And like that's why I miss. Like I miss being in Colorado and just going to like a show or like Red Rock show or the Belly Up. It's just so much fun.
Okay, what about best band or like, not festival, like an actual concert?
Who do I want to see?
Who have you seen?
Oh,
and who would you like to see?
Oh, I don't know. This is the time. I need more time.
Okay, I'll answer. Okay, I've seen Coldplay.
Oh, God.
Wow. Like Coldplay is one of those like concerts like you're almost in tears, you know, like it's so beautiful. Oh, you morbid bitch.
I'm not a Coldplay fan.
I didn't think I was, and I saw them live, and it was really, really beautiful. I've seen the Red Hot Chili Peppers live, and that was insane. I mean, I wish I could see them live, and this sounds really bad, but when they were still, you know, like really fucked up on drugs and stuff. But you know, they're in their sober phase, which we all support. That's bravo to them. But who else? I've seen Guns N' Roses, but my ultimate dream would be Fleetwood Mac. Like,
I knew that was yours. Actually, I have been to a festival in New Zealand.
Oh,
yeah, right outside of Silo Harbor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Who played?
I have no idea.
Oh, I know what it's called, and I cannot remember. I saw Flume there, actually.
Yeah, Flume's yeah.
I saw Flume there. Picnic in the Park or some shit.
Something like that. It actually, one of those random times in yachting where the timing works out, our boat was there, and there was this festival, and we had the weekend off, and I was like, I'm going.
I have a photo. It was the year I was about to leave, or like a month before I was about to leave to come like do yachting, and it's in Silo Theatre, and it's at that festival, and in the background is a photo of Modia A. And I had no idea what this boat was. And then obviously you come to yachting and I'm like, oh, wow, that's a photo of me with Modia A before I had any idea about anything yachting.
Isn't that cool? Yeah, it's like outside in this park, right?
Yeah. So they built that whole park for the Rugby World Cup in 2015, was it? No.
I'm going to butcher this, but it's called Takapuna. There's me. Festival.
Takapuna. Yeah.
Yeah. Takapuna.
Okay.
And it's like in a little
was it in a vineyard?
I don't know.
We do a lot of festivals in vineyards in New Zealand, which is really cool because it's obviously like summer vibes in New Zealand is a vibe. So anyone wanting to go during summer, there's so much going on.
Yeah, that was so much fun.
Yay.
Okay, so moral of the story is people should travel for festivals.
Yes. Okay, and you just meet so many like-minded people.
I think Pat should send us to Tomorrowland to do research.
Tomorrowland. I'm just gonna send you. So anyone that doesn't know Pat,
I'll work on that.
Hi, Pat.
I think Katie and I need to go on a trip to Tomorrowland.
I'm just gonna start sending you a list of
Okay, perfect.
festivals around the world.
You might need a producer to go with you though, just to say.
There you go. Well, we can have a producer to come with.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
And security and all that kind of stuff.
Imagine that. We could set up a little podcast. Oh, nah, this is it.
Yes.
Someone pick it up.
Do 30, Flirty, and Flying episode Tomorrowland on site.
Love that. Okay, we'll work on that.
Yes.
You guys would be disasters. It'd be so much fun.
Yeah, it would be drunk. It would be great.
Right.
We'd last like one. No, we wouldn't. We wouldn't last.
I think it'd be great. I think it would be fan-fucking-tastic.
Okay, I'm going.
Let's get you through tonight, Katie.
Yeah.
That's like, let's just make it through this episode.
Seriously, let's take it one at a time.
Let's get me a table at Sumner tonight. I'll bring my gear and I'll sit down with John Summit.
Okay,
gear. I was podcast gear.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking podcasting either, to be honest.
Guys! Anyway, microphone.
Okay.
So
good.
We can edit that out. Okay. All right. Well, that's the moral of the story is I guess some microphone is so fucked. Travel first.
Guys, just travel. If you want to go to a festival over the world, plan it, but plan a trip around it. Because basically, like what I did with Coachella, it's when I left New Zealand to go yachting. So I flew to LA, did Coachella, came back. We went to Vegas for a little bit. Then I flew to Paris. And then, you know, Bob's your uncle is on a yacht. And then, so just like make a trip out of it. Like make that like the main goal. And then, you know, it's like even if people come to Sumner, now a lot of people are going to Costa Rica. Like, just be smart about it. And the thing is, you'll meet so many like-minded people here. Even if you do stuff alone, you will guarantee like to meet people that are doing the same thing. So yeah.
I also just want to say, when you say be smart about it, is definitely like going to Ultra Bali was kind of a shock, because you think festivals, a lot of stuff goes down in festivals.
Yes.
We all know that.
Yes.
And in Ultra Bali, like everything there is super, super, super illegal. So like weed at the time was very illegal. Yeah. So it's like, be mindful of that, because sometimes it's not just a slap on the wrist. It's life imprisonment
and that's
theft.
like, just don't be an idiot. It's like being street smart. It's being street smart anywhere you are in the world, and it's not just when it comes to like drugs and stuff. It's just be like we spoke in our last episode, be culturally sensitive and just do your research, know where you're going, know what the ins and outs are, and also be smart with people. Like I'm saying, it is easy to go and meet like-minded people, but still be curious, like still be cautious, still don't just because this person's been
everyone,
like have, use your initiative, use your brain, and hope for the best,
but still have fun.
Have the best fucking time.
All right, that's us for 30 Flirting Flying. Follow us on wherever you get your podcasts, and give us a like, a listen, and a share.
Bye guys.
Bye.